everybody. Welcome back to the 1980 Detroit Tigers season replay. Before we get started today, I want to just let everyone know that I made a big trade, and that trade is going to blow your mind. I was able to get Carlton Fisk, Bob Stanley, and Gary Hancock from Boston in return for minor leaguer Mike Chris, who's got pretty good numbers. His peak is an 89, so he projects to be a regular starting pitcher. And his rookie year was last year, and he didn't do so hot, but for some reason Boston was willing to trade me Carlton Fisk for him, and I threw in some cash to even out the trade. So you might be asking yourself, why did he trade for Carlton Fisk when he already has Lance Parrish? And you're right, that's a good question. So what I've done here is put Fisk in the DH role and continued with Lance Parrish as my everyday catcher. He's got the stronger arm, the better defense. Probably equal offensively, but Fisk does have a few years on him. So I solidified my DH role with Fisk. And in acquiring Gary Foot Penis, we
that's a good one.
have a fourth outfielder that I can count on, and really someone I should be playing in right field every game, but because of his defensive prowess. But what I will do for the time being, until I can make other trades, is I'm going to keep him on the bench and then have him come in late game replacement for Champ Summers. For now, Dave Stegman will play in center, and he's terrible, but he's solid defensively. He does have 4 outfield assists in the first month of the season, so in that sense, I've strengthened the team without really giving anything up. As far as my acquisition of Bob Stanley, I really want to get him into the bullpen, and I will here before too long. He's still young. He hasn't even pitched in the majors for Boston this season. He's only been in AAA. So I'm going to work him into the bullpen, and if someone goes down, or if either Dan Petry or Dave Rozema don't get their act together, I can use Bob Stanley in a starter's role. He does go to arbitration this year, so he's going to cost me some money, but I'm willing to hang on to him because I think he does have some value. So I did have a huge trade yesterday. It doesn't solve all my team's problems, but it does help me ahead of the Boston series. So I did check to see if Mike Chris made the Red Sox pitching staff. He didn't. He's in Double-A for them. So I think we've really done a good job, filling in some weaknesses on the team. In addition to that trade, I just wanted to point out quickly that Minnesota traded their everyday third baseman to St. Louis for a minor league pitcher. So those were the only big transactions in the last couple of weeks. I just wanted to point that out. So back to today, we are starting off the series versus Boston, as I mentioned before, with Dan Petry, who's 1-1, versus Mike Torrez, who is 1-3. So let's go ahead and get started. And while this is loading up, I just want to say, as always, thank you so much for those who are following along. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Following this game, I'm going to be creating a Brainiac baseball card break where I have 2020 Absolute Baseball blaster boxes that I'll be opening. So please be on the lookout for that. So to the game, yes, we have Dan Petry going. He's 1-1. In his last outing, he walked 8 batters, so he is not doing so hot. So we're hoping he'll have a good start here And if not, I may have to consider what to do with my number 3 and my number 4 starters. Bullpen's in pretty good shape. I don't know how Dave Rucker got. I know what happened.
Sweet mother of
what
is the holdup?
I got rid of one of my positions for my batters, and I added one for my pitching staff, and I moved Dave Rucker in there to give me an extra left-hander, because I'm thinking about perhaps just cutting John Hiller altogether. So I just wanted to get him on the staff. So, all right. Here is, you can see I have one less batter than I did before. My backup catcher, which is now going to be between these two, John Walkenfuss, I put in the minors. Mark Wagner went down to the minors. So people we're not really going to miss.
Hasta la vista, baby.
So the Boston lineup is basically the same. Of course, with them trading Fisk to my team, it looks like they put Allenson into the cleanup spot where Fisk used to be. He's also a catcher with a little bit of power, so didn't do too great in 1979. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get it going.
Play ball!
So Whitaker starts off by striking out. In the first 3-game series that we faced, as Trammell grounds to third, the first 3-game series that we faced against Boston, we won 2 of 3. So hopefully here in Boston at Fenway we can do at least as well as we did the first time around. Fisk, in his first plate appearance as a Tiger, walked, and that brings up Steve Kemp. Steve Kemp hits a high fly to center field, and that's the third out. Let me know what you think. If you think I did a good job with that trade, strengthening the team, or if you think maybe I could have done it in a different way where I didn't necessarily double up on my catchers. If you feel like it, please leave a comment. So Petry is facing off against Joe Morgan, and I always pull the outfield in for Joe. Oh wow, Petry starting off with a walk.
Just a bit outside.
That's really not a surprise considering he had 8 in his last start. And then Morgan steals second. So I'm going to pull the outfield in to try to prevent a base hit run scored. But Boggs grounds out to first, and the runner holds. So it brings up Jim Rice, who's 2 for 2 against Petry this year. And he cranks one deep, but I think that's going to stay in the park.
That's what she said.
It does, but Morgan advances. And that brings up Gary Allenson, who, as I mentioned before, is filling in for the traded Fisk. I'm going to just play the defense normal. And Allenson grounds out. Oh, no he doesn't. Trammell boots it. And so that's the first run of the game for Boston. So that's disappointing. So we have Fred Lynn, who's 3 for 3 with a home run against Petry.
Oh, great Odin's Raven.
And Lynn grounds out to first to end the inning. So the Red Sox get 1 run on the error by Trammell. Parrish leads off the second by striking out. It brings up JT, who grounds out to third. And Richie Hebner's playing third base today instead of Brookins. He's 1 for 3 with 2 Ks against Mike Torrez. And this at bat, he pops out to short. So that's the third out of the inning, and we're heading to the bottom of the second with Tony Perez leading off, playing first. He pops it up on the infield. This has to be toward the end of Perez's career. He was 37 in 1980. And Dave Rader is clearly filling in at the catcher position for Boston. 2-2 pitch to Rader, and he goes down swinging. So it's 2 outs. And that brings up Rick Burleson. And Burleson slices it to right for a base hit. Tom Paquette with 2 outs. And that's Petry's second walk of the game.
Personally, I think we got hosed on that call.
Pulling the outfield in for Morgan. And that'll get at least 1 in. Nope, both runs score on the double to left. 2 RBIs for Morgan, and now we're down 3-0. And this has really been the theme for the last couple of games that we've lost. We've gotten down early and not been able to come back. That's the 3rd out. And Champ Summers leads off the inning. And that'll be our first hit of the game. Champ Summers continues to be a pleasant surprise. Our number 9 hitter, Stegman, who's not very good, I'm going to sacrifice to get Summers into scoring position and try to get one of these runs back. So that works out, and that brings up Sweet Lou. He's 2 for 4 with a K against Mike Torrez. And he'll take a walk here. So 1 down for Trammell, and I think I'm going to let him swing away. And that pays off with a base hit up the middle. Summers scores, and it's asking me if I want to risk Whitaker going to 3rd. A 70% chance, and Paquette's right there, but he's got a bad arm. I'm going to say no. We have the heart of the lineup coming up, and we're going to see if Carlton Fisk can't keep the bases moving. Ooh, but I think he grounded into a double play there. Yeah, he did, so that comes back to bite me. And that ends the inning. So not a good decision there, but we do get a run back, and Jim Rice is leading off the bottom of the 3rd with a ground ball to Whitaker. And that's the 1st out. There's the 3rd walk for Petry. And yeah, this is concerning at this point. I don't feel like this is something that's ever going to get better. You can see he's got a 25-4 walk to strikeout ratio. And that's just not going to get it done, obviously. That goes without saying if you have a walk to strikeout ratio. And there's another walk. So, yeah, this is going to be Petry's last inning, and I'm probably going to send him down to the minors and give that role to Bob Stanley. Tony Perez, fly. Whoa, does he fly up to center? Yes, he does. That looked like it was going to go all the way. Okay, so Dave Rader with 2 down. Yeah, there's a base hit to right. That's going to score 1, maybe 2. Just 1. And that's a 4-1 lead for Boston. This will be Petry's last batter no matter what. And he gets a ground ball through Whitaker there for a base hit. So, yep, that's it for Petry. He's going to the minors. And I guess this will give me a chance to give Dave Rucker his first career appearance. He was crushing it in the minors with 6 saves and an ERA under 1. So let's see what he can do here. He deserves his opportunity. And Paquette lines out to Whitaker to finish off the inning. So it's still early. We've got some work to do here. Let's see if Kemp can get us going. He does, with a base hit to the right side. And that brings up Parrish, who's 3 for 4 against Torrez. And he slices it to the right side. That should be a double. And that does score Kemp. So, chipping away. So JT's up with no outs, runner at second. And he takes a walk. So we need a big swing here from Hebner.
Are you gonna listen to a big dummy, or are you gonna listen to me?
He does. He gets a ground ball past first base. Run scoring from second. Thompson getting to third. And that'll be our third run. So we got ourselves a nice rally going here. Let's hope that Summers can keep the runners moving. He does, with a base hit into the gap.
Am I right or am I right or am I right?
We got one run that scored, and they're asking me if I want to get Hebner to score from third. It's got a 90% chance. I think it has to be yes, and he does.
Settle down, Beavis.
My Marv Albert impression there. Yes! So it's all tied at 5. Big comeback. Now, in that game where Petry had the 8 walks, we did come back and win that game as well. So, I guess that maybe that's a good omen. So, let's see if Stegman can get a hit himself. Nope, that's going to be a fly ball to the left for 1 out. So we're going to hit and run with Whitaker. He's got a good contact rate.
Just what do you think you're doing?
And he grounds out to third, but that should get Summers to second. And a base hit by Trammell will give us the lead. Oh, wild pitch moves him to third. Alright, so I think we're just going to have to let Trammell swing away. But he's going to ground out to third. So big inning there for us. Tying up the game. And we go to the bottom of the 4th. We have a couple more lefties here for Rucker to face. Joe Morgan's one of them. Morgan seems to be always getting hits against us. So my strategy is always to bring in the outfield, but I didn't do it that time. I guess we have to change it up. Boggs walks,
Just a bit outside.
bringing up Jim Rice. I guess we're going to have to see what Rucker's made of here against these 2 righties. I'm going to guard the lines. We have a couple of slow runners here. Let's see if we can get a double play. Nope. We do get the runner at second. Rice is safe at first, and Gary Allenson is up, and he goes down swinging.
No problemo.
So, pretty good job there by Rucker in his Major League debut. Fisk starts off the 5th with a bloop base hit, a little duck snort. And Fisk is on first with no outs, and I'm going to let Kemp swing away. And he walks, so we have first and second. Looks like Torrez here is really struggling. He's up to 89 pitches. Yeah, that was his 5th walk.
I meant to do that.
So we have bases loaded, nobody out, and they bring in Tom Bergmeyer, veteran relief pitcher, who has only pitched 1 in the 3rd innings and given up 2 walks. So hopefully we can be patient with our 3 lefties coming up. And of course Thompson, just with the bases jacked, he lets the ball go by him. And then Hebner's going to ground a double play, and that'll be it. So just like that. That sucks. But good job on Bergmeyer's part as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Fred Lynn pops it up on the infield, and that should be the first out. And that's a pretty good debut for Rucker. I'm going to take him out after 13 pitches. And we're going to bring in Roger Weaver to see if he can't finish off this inning. And then we're going to get to Schatzeder.
Let me explain. No, there is too much. Let me sum up.
Oh, that's going to be an infield hit for Tony Perez. So let's guard the lines and try to get a double play here. Oh, that's going to be a pop-up to the first baseman. It says behind home plate, but clearly that was down the first base line. So we got 2 outs for Burleson. And Burleson walks. So
He's taking a shower because he stinks.
we got 3 lefties up, and I was really hoping Weaver could just get the job done, but this is what Schatzeder's for, so let's hope we can get the number 9 hitter out and we can get out of this inning. Yeah, there we go. So strikes him out. And here we go, top of the 6th. Champ Summers goes down swinging. Stugman grounded out to second. And Swetlou rips it to right for a base hit. So Lou's having a game. And bringing up Trammell. Normally I hit and run in this situation, but we got 2 outs, so let's see what Trammell can do. Yeah, he crushes it into the gap to the wall, and that gets a Whitaker plates and a triple for Trammell, and that gives us the lead.
You got like 3 feet of air that time.
So good call by me. I made up for my earlier poor decision. And Fisk grounds out for the 3rd out. So we have the lead. And Schatzeder's facing Morgan, who's a lefty, who grounds it back to Schatzeder, and he throws the ball away. And Morgan goes to second base on the error, bringing up Wade Boggs. And as we mentioned before, Wade Boggs is only 21, and so this is actually his rookie year in this game, but as we all know, he wasn't an actual rookie until 82. So, yeah, he's made it to the majors a little bit earlier in the game than he did in real life. Boggs walks, and that is bad because the 2 lefties got on base, and now we have to go to Tobik to bail us out. We're going to guard the lines and hope for a double play. That should be an opportunity. Yes.
No problemo.
So, good job there by Tobik inducing the double play, and now we have Gary Allison who watches the ball go by. So we remain in the lead by 1 in the top of the 7th. They're bringing in Skip Lockwood. He has been pretty good for the Red Sox so far with his airbrushed
I think I got it.
hat.
But just in case, tell me the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
Steve Kemp drives it deep. Is it out of here? It is out of here. That's Kemp's team-leading 6th home run. And that gives us a little bit of a cushion for Big Wheel, Lance Parrish, who grounds it out to 3rd. So, my strategy, as I mentioned in the opening, as Thompson has a long fly to center, is to bring in the defensive replacements here in the late innings. And Hebner lines out to right. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to bring in Gary Hancock.
Watch your profanity.
In right field, and we're going to bring in Tommy B at 3rd, and that's really our best defense we've offered all year. And we still have a couple innings to go here, so I'm going to let Tobik pitch to these 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Lynn makes me regret that decision with the base hit. But Tony Perez is up. Maybe we can get a double play here. Oh no, that's going to tie it. Crap. Well, I guess defense doesn't matter when they're jacking it into the bleachers, right?
Am I right or am I right or am I right?
So Tobek lets us down as he's done often and early this season.
Where are you? I'm in a glass case of emotion.
There's a ground ball to first for the first out. Bringing up Burleson. Burleson also grounds it to JT. That's 2 down. And the number 9 hitter is going to ground out to Trammell. So we give the 2 runs back and tie it up. And now we don't have our better hitters in the game. So we got to hope that we can generate something here with these clowns. Hancock in his first at bat grounds out, and obviously Stegman sucks, but he'll take a walk. So we're going to hit and run with Sweet Lou, and that's not going to get it done. It's going to fly out to center. And we let Trammell swing away last time, so yeah, that didn't work out either. So the momentum is definitely switched over to Boston at this point. It's the 8th inning, and this is Hiller's inning. So we're going to try to get him to get these 2 lefties out and maybe Jim Rice. Let's see what happens here first. Morgan finally is out as he grounds out to second base. And that brings up Wade Boggs, who also grounds out to second. And now we have a decision here with Jim Rice. The prudent thing to do would be to walk him and face the cleanup hitter, who's not nearly as good. But I'm going to give Hiller a chance. And that worked out as it grounds out to Trammell. So this is it, top of the 9th. We need to get something going here. We don't want to go into extra innings. Fisk, is it going to drop in? No. Nope, first out of the inning. Bringing up Kemp. And Kemp flies out to right. And that brings up Big Wheel Lance Parrish, who grounds out to third. So, yeah, we're going to bring in Aurelio Lopez in the 9th inning here, who has struggled of late, but he gets the cleanup hitter Allenson to fly out for the first out, bringing up Fred Lynn. And Lynn pops out on the infield for 2.
That would be a home run in a phone booth.
And that brings up Tony Perez, who goes down swinging. So we go to extra innings, and I need a drink of my whiskey here. Hold on 1 second. It's the only one we get through this. Alright, so let's hope this doesn't go 20 innings like game 13 against the Yankees, which we ended up winning. JT grounds out to second base, bringing up Brookins. And Brookins flies deep to center, bringing up Gary Foot Penis. And he goes down swinging. So I am going to try to get one more inning out of Aurelio Lopez, and then Pat Underwood's going to get the rest of the game, if he gets that far, as Dave Rader gets a base hit past the first baseman there. So no outs, runner in first. Actually, I'm going to pull the outfield in instead of trying to get a double play. Burleson's got no power. Oh, I didn't see that coming.
You got like
I
3
should have.
there that time.
So that's bad. So that's a sacrifice. That moves Raider to second. I'm going to intentionally. I'm going to do what I should have done. We got 3 lefties coming up. So this is the time to bring in Underwood to face these 3 lefties. And normally I would walk him to try to get a double play, but Morgan's got great speed, so he's probably going to beat it out anyway. So let's see if we can't get Paquette to get out. And that works. That'll get Raider to third. And I'm going to... You know what? I was going to walk Morgan. But you know what? I'm just going to let it play out. High drama. No! Get it! Oh, that's the game. God darn it. Alright, well...
Watch your profanity.
That sucks. But Boston gets game 1 at home, and that's disappointing. It was a very entertaining game, though. It's probably one of the better games this season. So the new lineup did not work out with the trades. With the box score coming up here. Oh, wait, there's a trade offer. So before we do that, let's take a look. I don't need another catcher, so whatever they're offering, this is not going to work. So no is the answer to that. So, let's get the box score coming up. Sorry, now it's going to load. But at any rate, thank you so much for watching. I wish that was a better outcome. Hope you enjoyed that game. And feel free to pause it, take a look at the box score here as we worked every pitcher in. And like and subscribe. And also watch the Brainiac Baseball card break, which is coming up shortly after this. Until then, have a good night.